This is Electric Universe Eyes, and today I'm going to narrate the creation of the Earth, a Yuchi story. In the beginning, the waters covered everything. It was said, "Who will make the land appear?" Lakchu, the crawfish, said, "I will make the land appear." So he went down to the bottom of the water and began to stir up the mud with his tail and hands. He then brought up the mud to a certain place and piled it up. The owners of the land at the bottom of the water said, "Who is disturbing our land?" They kept watch and discovered the crawfish. Then they came near him, but he suddenly stirred the mud with his tail so that they could not see him. Lakchu continued his work. He carried mud and piled it up until at last he held up his hands in the air, and so the land appeared above the water. The land was soft. It was said, "Who will spread out the land and make it dry and hard?" Some said, "Ah, yuck, the hawk should spread out the soft land and make it dry." Others said, "Yati, the buzzard, has larger wings. He can spread out the land and make it dry and hard." Yati undertook to spread out and dry the earth. He flew above the earth and spread out his long wings over it. He sailed over the earth. He spread it out. After a long while, he grew tired of holding out his wings. He began to flap them, and thus he caused the hills and valleys because the dirt was still soft. "Who will make the light?" it was said. It was very dark. Yoha, the star, said, "I will make the light." It was so agreed. The star shone forth. It was light only near him. "Who will make more light?" it was said. Sharpa, the moon, said, "I will make more light." Sharpa made more light, but it was still dark. Ticho, the sun, said, "You are my children. I am your mother. I will make the light. I will shine for you." She went to the east. Suddenly light spread over all the earth. As she passed over the earth, a drop of blood fell from her to the ground, and from this blood and earth sprang the first people, the children of the sun, the Yuchis. The people wished to find their medicine. A great monster serpent destroyed the people. They cut his head from his body. The next day the body and head were together. They again slew the monster. His head again grew to his body. Then they cut off his head and placed it on top of a tree so that the body could not reach it. The next morning the tree was dead and the head was united to the body. They again severed it and put it upon another tree. In the morning the tree was dead and the head and body were reunited. The people continued to try all the trees in the forest. At last they placed the head over the tar, the cedar tree, and in the morning the head was dead. The cedar was alive but covered with blood, which had trickled down from the head. Thus the great medicine was found. Fire was made by boring with a stick into a hard weed. The people selected a second family. Each member of this family had engraved on his door a picture of the sun. In the beginning all the animals could talk, and but one language was used. All were at peace. The deer lived in a cave, watched over by a keeper, and the people were hungry. He selected a deer and killed it. But finally the deer were set free and roved over the entire earth. All animals were set free from man, and names were given to them so that they could be known. What I found most interesting is the same story I keep hearing, the same archetypal story of let there be light, and there was a central deity or a central sun or a central light, and then there was a mother goddess or a light bearer, and the hawk and the wings, the wing disk, the Saturn sun, the planets getting pulled apart, the head being separated from this serpent, this monster serpent destroying the people. All of this after a flood. And one of the hawks hardening the ground and shaping the ground. Most of all, the second family, the adoption of a new son. the adoption of our current son.